Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I'm Alima, and if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. And if you've not subscribed already, please click the red button down below and subscribe and join the family. What are you waiting for? Anyway, so in today's video, I'm quite not yet sure if I'm going to vlog this. If you see this video, then obviously I vlogged and I uploaded the video. Today Mssn organized, like, if you don't know Mssn, Muslim Students Association of Nigeria, in schools, in universities. So they organized like us Muslim students going for a, like, how will I put it, going to a prison yard, because it's Ramadan, and there are some certain places where you can reflect about your life. But I just feel like I want to share it with you guys too, so you guys can see what a prison yard looks like, and you guys can also use this as a medium to reflect. You get? So I don't even know which prison we are going to, where we are going to, but like, I'm just going with the flow, so come along. We are passing the security side now. They're trying to confirm better or something like that. We are entering the prison. We are entering the prison. I'm not a prison. So many people. This is Nigerian Correctional Service medium security custodial center guuys. I think that's the main gate. I don't know yet. So we are waiting in this area. So you guys, I just got back to the hostel now. Like, we just got back to the hostel not long, and I don't know, it was quite an experience. I don't even know where to start from, but like, alhamdulillah, like, sometimes you just have to sit down and thank God that some things are just like, you have a certain level of freedom even though you don't have, like, sometimes you just have to be thankful, like, personally. But yeah, when we got there, from what you saw, we were 21 females and about 4 brothers. So because it's a male correctional center, the people there were kind of saying we cannot enter, like, females cannot enter, something like that. So the Shah said it's only 10 of us that can enter, when clearly in front of us, as we're seeing other adults that came, they were entering in large numbers. We're seeing females entering, you get to. We kind of just took it and we decided among ourselves. They picked us, and I was lucky enough to be picked, even though they almost removed me. They wanted to exchange me for a final year student. Okay, final year student should go because it's going to be their last time, and it's honestly the truth. We had to sacrifice, but I was able to sneak myself inside because I had to go so I can give you guys the gist. So when we entered, they told us to drop our phones, our bag, everything on us. Then they checked us. So they had female security sorry, they had female security people that checked us, everything. They checked us. They now opened the gates for us. There are gates like this. It was all these tall gates with barbed wires around it. So there was no any means of escape. They had like two gates. There's one gate, then there's a space where they have their security check-ins where we dropped our bag. Then there's another official gate where the prisoners are kept away from. So that's how it was. So we shall entered. When we entered, like, you see, it was what I was expecting was not what I got. Like, I was expecting that, okay, I'll see prisoners, like prisoners in cells and prisoners in their ward or something like that, from movies and everything that you watch. But when we got there, you will just see the guys, like all of them. There were plenty, there were many. They were sitting down, scattered everywhere. They're sitting down. When you enter like that, because they don't, like, I don't know, maybe because they don't always see females. They said that there are some of them they've not seen, like, maybe females for years or something. Although they have visitors, they should be able to be seen. I don't know why they said that. But like, when you shall enter, all of them were just looking at us. That it was making me so uncomfortable because I could not even move. I was like, chai, like, when you're like in a place, I don't know, you can't just help but feel like, okay, these people are prisoners, and they kind of, I'm not trying to judge because I'm not in that place to judge, but like, you just be scared, because prisoners, they are capable of doing anything. So I was very, very scared, to be honest. So when I entered, I just had to put myself with the people I came in with. The guys had to like lead us, they had to be at our back, they had to be by our side, something like that. So to take all those precautions. So we shall follow them as we're going. I saw there are some wards, maybe it's like their room or where they stay. There are wards like that. It's not like any prison. It's not like any prison in any movie or anything. It was different. It was like as if you are going for a camp. You now see people scattered everywhere. They have their room, they have their school, they have their mosque, they have their church, they have everything. They have their counselor's office, something like that. Like a boarding place, like a camp, or like a different style of camp, because you can't compare it to a boarding school, not in any way, or a camp. So they have everything, every structure that they need possibly. So we followed those men that were leading us. They took us to the mosque. So in the mosque there were a lot of Muslim men. Like, if you think because you are a Muslim and you expect that when you go to prison you are not going to see Muslims because you think Muslims are religious. There are Muslims in prison, unfortunately. There are Christians, there are Muslims, every religion is there. When we got there were many Muslims in the mosque, like many guys. It's only a male correctional home, no female in this one. So there were many Muslim guys. When we entered, they were staring at us. It was very uncomfortable. So they took us to one place. Like, we're just 7 sisters, no, six females that were allowed to enter. So they told us to sit down in one mat place that is in the mosque because they don't have space for women. So beside the ablution center, they can't have arranged mats for us to sit down there and perform ablution. Then we prayed. They were reading La ilaha illallah, something like that. They reading it, they praying, something like before Salat. So sat down, then they started praying. We prayed Zuhr. Then after Zuhr, they told us to come inside the main mosque, we females. They cleared out. That was something I really appreciated about all those, like, prison. I don't know. I don't want to be calling them prisoners, but like, what else am I going to call them? But those prisoners, they kind of shifted for us females. They shifted because it was so obvious that we're uncomfortable. So they kind of like shifted, told themselves, don't pass this place. So only the females can stay there. They respected us, and we stayed in one corner, like the 6 of us. So one of our brothers, he gave like a short admonition, talked about how everybody is going to be tested, and it was very deep. Like, even myself, that I will not say I'm a lecture goer like that, but like, it was a lecture that it was short, but it really had a lot of meaning to it, and I really appreciated that we had somebody like that in our midst that was able to give that kind of lecture. It was deep. So after he talked, there was another man. That man is a sheikh too. They call him sheikh. He was also once in that prison, but he's free now. He's a free man. So he came back. I guess he comes every now and then to the prison to come and greet the inmates. So he talked about like the time he was there and how he's praying for them, that they should pray, and that one day they are going to be free too, something like that. It was also deep, it was nice. And then the person that actually like spoke and touched me the most was this Ustaz Maruf. It was a chief imam. He's not an inmate though, because they have like a imam that prays there, that prays for them. Is also an inmate, like an imam there, but like they have a chief imam that is from outside, that sacrifices his time and everything, his money and everything, to come to that prison every Friday to come and speak to them and to come and coordinate madrasa and something like that. So the chief imam he came and he started talking to me, and there was one point when he was saying that how many days, what day do we know? And all of them shouted, Monday, what word do we know? And they were like, the only word we know in court is that, and today all cases have been discharged, all cases have been dropped from you, so all of them shouted it, and it was so touching. I don't know, when I started crying. There was one sister beside me too that was crying. I don't know if you laugh in the comment section. See, you can't even judge I was crying, because at this point you have to be there to understand whatever was going on. So like I just started tearing up. Not like I was crying. I was not crying. I just started tearing up because it was emotional. The way all of them were like passionate and they were shouting, "More day, I'm free. I can call sorry, my Yoruba is bad. All your cases have been discharged. All cases have been dropped." Talking about them, we were shouting, they jubilating, and I was like, wow. So the man was like, we looked students like us was talking to us that they are proud of us, that the prisoners should look up to us, that it's because that they are proud of the fact that they still have Muslims like us and stuff like that. That even though they are Muslims, that because of they're not in a good society to begin with, that led them to this kind of thing, that we should not use Oju prisoner to look at them. We should, although there are some people that are like wicked people among them, but not all of them are wicked, not all of them are prisoners. There are some people, it's just because of simple mistakes, small trivial things that they ended up there. So that's why he said there are some things that in life you have to overlook as a person, that don't be letting your ego to get the best of you. Like some people now, he told us about in the female prison, there's another female prison in Apapa. There was one woman like that she's with her child in prison, and they said what was the reason why she's there. He said because she's as a tenant with some people, she was having issues with her tenants, water was pouring on, something like that. She had something related to that, but because of the ego of why will you pour water in my area, all those kind of things that happen in buildings, like on a normal basis, that tenants are, and you allow your ego to get the best of you and you can't do something trivial. It landed her in prison, and she ended up staying there with her child, which is so sad. And then there's another story of one girl like this. That one is even funny, because what are you looking for? They said some people, they used a car to rob and killed somebody, so they now parked the car in somewhere. So the police were kind of watching the car, because they were thinking, they were expecting somebody to come and pick the car. Then the one lady now came and was checking her face in the mirror, that okay, is my face fine, is everything on point? That's how they took her. They took her to prison when she's not even among. They took her for 3 years. She was in that prison until one warden saw her and knew her story of how she entered. I was like, wow, like that people can just enter prison for any reason. You should not think that it's only people that offend or people that kill somebody that is to enter prison. That sometimes just trivial things can make someone to enter prison. So as a Nigerian, like, nowhere is safe. Make sure you know your boundaries, make sure you know your limits. Don't go and pass anybody's boundaries, because somebody do this to you. There are some things that you should just overlook, so that you will not regret later. So that was one thing that the Ustaz Maruf, the chief imam, said, which was very, very nice. And after that, we gave them like Mssn. I not give them anything, but like I went there too. So they gave them, Mssn gave them like tissue paper, rice, semo, indomie. So I saw them when they were packing the food stuff inside one corner of because we brought the stuffs for Muslims in particular. So they put it in the mosques. So I saw them already sharing the tissue paper. I even saw that they had one area where they sell stuff to themselves. They have like where they sell biscuits, they sell snacks. I even saw some of them with money, so I feel like they allow cash inside and they allow like selling among themselves. And I also believe, because one of the man was telling us that they have schools like where they learn and everything. They have madrasa, they have schools, they have even themselves teach themselves, they do stuff for themselves. So it was actually it's an organized place, but it was not the idea of what I was expecting in my head, because I was actually expecting that okay, we are going to enter there and we're going to see cells, you in your own cell or 3 people in a cell, that kind of sense. So alhamdulillah, I'm just grateful that like I don't have anybody from my family or from my friend's side, from my friend's circle that is in prison, and I hope Allah continues to make it stay that way, because prison is not somewhere anybody wants to be. Like the freedom, I mean freedom as in freedom itself is something people don't appreciate, honestly. Like to be able to have freedom to go from one place to another, to do something by yourself, is something people take for granted. So that's one thing I really learned from this visit, and I'm actually very lucky to have been able to enter, because a lot of sisters that we came together could not even enter, so that was sad. I don't know, it has changed my perspective on some things as of now. So I hope, like with all I've said too, like you guys were able to get the gist, and you guys were able to like, you know, feel like you were able to experience it from what I've said. I know you have to come there to be able to experience it. So this is the end of today's video. We've come to the end of the video. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment. Make sure you comment in the comment section, because a whole lot of you guys don't comment in the comment section. You actually come to my WhatsApp to leave your comments, so please comment in the comment section. And yeah, subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Peace.